Hey everybody, my name's Trish. I use pronouns she, they. I'm a counselor at Safe Harbor, and I'm here to talk to you all about a tool called Container. So Container is personally one of my favorite tools in managing stress, and is also one that many of my clients have described to be very, very helpful and effective. So Container does exactly what the name sounds like. It is a way to compartmentalize and to contain various stressors, and that can include day-to-day stressors as well as what we call big T's, or big traumas that occur across the lifespan. Now, many of my clients, in talking about this tool, many of my clients will ask the question, well, does this mean that I'm avoiding what I should be addressing? And my answer is no. What this does is it increases a sense of mastery and control over when and where you decide to address them. For example, you could still be doing the work in counseling or even on your own, but be able to contain those experiences when necessary when doing other activities in your day-to-day, like at work or needing to connect with family and friends. So, like many tools that we use in coping, I just encourage you to give it a fair shot and to try it out several times before you toss it out. All right. Now, if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. There are many, many other tools that you can explore for your toolbox, ones that the other counselors will be addressing, and this is just one of them. So let's go ahead and create a container. To start off, I want you to go ahead and find someplace comfortable in your place, wherever you're at. Find someplace comfortable. You can have your eyes open or closed during this experience. Many people prefer to have their eyes closed just to better help visualize what we're doing. But again, it's what you feel comfortable with. So in picking your container, it can be anything at all. A lot of times people will automatically go to something that's familiar. And while you can do that, I do caution you in that sometimes when we pick things that are familiar, there are memories tied to it, and those memories can sometimes get in the way of our process. So in picking your container, I want you to pick something that is secure and enclosed. Okay, something that you feel like would be really effective in being able to contain distressing memories or experiences. So for example, this could be a dumpster, it could be a safe, it could be a closet, it could be a room, something enclosed and secure. So what I'm going to do once you have that container in mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk us through the 5 senses and really bringing that container alive. So let's start on the outside. When you visualize this container, how big is it? Does it come up to the waist? Is it bigger than you are? How big is it? If you were to touch the outside of this container, what is the texture like? Is it soft? Is it rough? Is it cold on the outside, or is it warm? What color is your container? What features are on the outside of this container? So does your container have a lock to it to really keep it secure? Is there a lock with a key that goes to it? And if so, where's that key? Where do you keep that key? What does that key look like? Does it have a fingerprint pad on the outside that only recognizes your fingerprint? If so, what does that look like? Does it light up a certain color when you put your finger on it? Now that we have some of these different features on the outside, let's go ahead and go into our container and see what that looks like. So in opening your container, does it make a noise as you open it? When we're looking on the inside of that container, what do we see? Is it light? Is it dark? What color is on the inside? Is there a texture on the inside? Do we hear anything on the inside? So now that we have the details around the exterior and the interior part of our container, let's go ahead and practice putting something away or containing something. So to do this, I want you to think about something in the last week that was annoying. So on a scale from 0 to 10, something that's about a 2 or 3. You may notice certain feelings coming up as you're doing this. You may notice certain physical sensations coming up. That's normal. And all of these different things that are coming up, whether they're the memory, the thoughts, the feelings, or the physical sensations, are the very things that we're going to be containing. So once you have that coming up for you, we're going to stop there. Okay? Don't think about it anymore. You know what it is already, what you're trying to contain. Try not to go into the details of it. And now what I want you to do is I want you to visualize that container that you just created. You're standing in front of it, tune into those various features that you added. And I want you to imagine opening that container, and we're going to go ahead and store it in there. And there's a couple of ways that you can store it. You can either allow the container to take it from you. Some people find that to be helpful, especially if it's something really big and heavy that they're having trouble putting in there themselves. Or you can imagine throwing it in there, almost like you're throwing away trash. So whatever way you decide to put it away, go ahead and do that. You may notice some resistance along the way, and that's normal. After you put it in there, go ahead and close it, secure it, and that's it. Alright, so just a couple of different pieces here. You may notice that sometimes that stuff that you contained seeps out. What you're going to do is you're going to go right back into tuning into your container through the 5 senses and go ahead and put it away again. Also feel free to add different features. If you feel like, I thought this could contain it, but now this isn't doing such a great job anymore, just go ahead and add some different features to it. Maybe you need a lock, a bigger lock, or you need a big chain to go around it. Maybe you need to bury your container. Maybe you need multiple containers. Okay, so sometimes people will create multiple containers to contain either different parts of the same experience or different experiences. Alright, so that's container. I would like to ask you to try practicing using, so accessing and storing away things into your container throughout the week. I hope that you find this tool helpful, and stay tuned for more videos on the Counselor's Corner at Safe Harbor.